Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Franklin from the Money Code Academy and I'm glad you're watching. Now on today's video, I want to share with you what I titled The Truth About Making Money in 2020. Now before I get right into the topic, I would encourage you to subscribe to this particular channel if this is your first time of visiting. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that the next time I post a new video, you'll be the first to receive that video. Now, when you take a look at the whole thing that has been going on in the world for some time now, for the past few months, you realize that so much has really taken place in a very short time. Thousands of people, they've lost their job, and apparently the whole situation does not seem like something that's going to come to an end anytime soon. But then one thing is certain: even though the issue is on ground, even though the whole crisis is still there, we still have our bills to pay. We have to survive financially and otherwise. But the question is, how are you going to earn, seeing the kind of crisis that is out there in the world right now? So on the basis of this, I want to share with you few thoughts that I believe will go a very long way. You've got to catch this truth about making money in 2020. Now, the first point that I wrote down for you is that you must move out of this idea of wanting to get a job if you truly want to survive financially this year. The reason is because lots and lots of companies are going through serious financial crisis right now. A lot of companies, they have retrenched most of their staffs. They have retrenched most of their workers. As a matter of fact, I recently saw a particular airline. They are talking about retrenching over 12,000 workers. Do you know what that means? That's a lot of people losing their jobs. Now, it would be a mistake to think that most of these companies are, retrenching staffs. They are just going to start recruiting new staffs immediately. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to take a while. So until you get a job, what are you going to do? Are you just going to sit down there and wait for one company to employ you? Hear me. If you truly want to make money in 2020, my advice for you is that you move out of the conventional way of getting money, which is getting a job. Move out of that and start looking for other ways in which you can generate money for yourself. I'm telling you, because the opportunities that are there right now, they are very limited. Very, very limited. So many companies, they don't want to take that risk. So if you're going to sit back and you're just waiting for one company to employ you, come on, it's not going to happen. Even if it will happen, the chances are very, very slim. So on the basis of this, I want to encourage you in 2020, look beyond just getting a job. Look for ways in which you can create opportunities for yourself. This is very, very, very important. Don't hold on to the old way of wanting to get a job, because that particular pattern, that particular path currently has very, very limited opportunities. This is so important. Don't forget this. And I want to quickly say this. If you must get a job, hear me, get to know the new opportunities that are currently on board. In the course of this particular crisis, there are lots of new opportunities that has been activated in different sectors. Get to know the opportunities that are there. Get to know the areas where they really need people. For example, most of the people who are recruiting right now, these are the supermarkets, those are most of the people that are recruiting right now. And then the delivery guys, these companies are recruiting right now. And then beyond the delivery guys, everything online, that is the online business, the online world, is still working. Get to know the opportunities that are there. There are still people who are searching. They are searching for people who can be their virtual assistants online. I mean, there are lots of opportunities online right now. If you must get a job, hear me, go and check for the opportunities that are currently there so that you can either upgrade your skill to fit into that opportunity, or better still, look for a way in which you can qualify for that opportunity. Now, this thing is so important because the times are pretty difficult right now. So you must be smart with this. If you truly want to make money in 2020, you need to improvise. Don't just stay with that old way. It's not going to help. I'm telling you, there are lots of people who are going to be at home unemployed this year. And now when I'm talking about lots of people, I'm talking about family people. And if you don't improvise, if you don't look beyond getting a job, then life is going to be pretty difficult. So this is something that I want you to take note of if you truly want to make money in 2020. Now, the next point that I wrote down here, and this is very important, embrace the online economy. If you truly want to make money this year, embrace the online economy. Now, the reason for this is because if you take a look at the things that has happened in the past few months, most nations went on lockdown, which means nothing was working. Everybody found themselves indoors. But something I discovered that in the midst of all these, the online economy continued to boom. There was no lockdown in the online world. Now, people who have already embraced the online economy prior to this time, they were not really affected. As a matter of fact, many people made a lot of money this period. Those guys who have been into e-commerce business, this was their season. And that's because they've embraced the online economy a long time. Now, what am I trying to communicate here? If you truly want to make money in 2020, hear me. I want to encourage you to embrace the online economy. I know there are lots of people out there who say, I'm not cut out for this online thing. The online business does not work. It's difficult to make money online. I get all that stuff. But the truth is, you have to rough it now. You have to rough it now. Take the pains to learn how to generate money online, because that is where the money in 2020 is. If you are going to make money this year, look towards the online world. There are lots and lots of opportunities out there in the online platform that you can use to generate money. But until and unless you start looking in that direction, nothing is going to happen. My advice for you is that you embrace the online economy. Don't just be among those people who are spending time online, wasting their time, just chatting on Facebook, just wasting precious time online. No, don't be like such people. Be among those who are taking advantage of the riches, the wealth that is currently online. If you would do this, I'm telling you, your life will not remain the same. I'm going to come up with a video also to teach you on how to make money online, how to earn online. There are few important things that you need to know. I'm going to be addressing that in the next video. Now, quickly, if you're getting value from this particular video, I want to encourage you to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share at the end of the video. And most importantly, make sure you watch to the end of this video, because the few things that I want to share with you that is left in this particular video will go a very long way to help you. So now, the third thing that I want to talk about, if you're going to earn this year 2020, is that you must learn some very basic skills, some tech skills. This is so important, because if you are going to embrace the online world, the online economy, courtesy demands that you should know some basic things. For example, you should know how to set up an email account. You should know how to set up a Facebook account. You should even have a Facebook account. You should be on most of these social media. You should watch YouTube videos to get to find out how to operate these platforms, or rather how to operate in these platforms. Okay, you should take a moment to learn some of the basic things. It might interest you to know that there are people today who have no interest when it comes to technology. They have no interest when it comes to being internet smart. Hear me, those were the days where you can live like that. We are living in a time now where such ignorance is not permitted. I'm telling you, it is not permitted. So whatever it is that you need to know, get to know it. If you have some questions to ask me, feel free to ask me those questions regarding some of these things. For example, if you are going to, let's take for example, okay, you want to own an e-commerce shop, okay, online. You shouldn't even know what e-commerce is, okay? And then beyond that, you should know the basic things that are involved in setting up an e-commerce store. These are the things that will help you to be able to succeed if you are going to embrace the online economy. But the main point that I'm trying to get at here is that you need to embrace this system of earning right now, because that is where the world is going to. I'm telling you, 2-3 years from now, everything is going to be centered online. The crisis that took place this period, reflected how the world is going to be totally dependent on online operations very, very soon. In most nations right now, education is being done online, strictly online. Nobody's going out. You get the point now. So you cannot afford to just sit down and still remain with that old ignorance. No, you've got to step up now. You've got to step up if you're going to earn. This is something that I really took out time to start learning. I'm telling you, it took me 2 years for me to really learn how to earn online. This is very important. I want to encourage you to give your attention to it, give your interest to it. Start today to start learning, because if you can start today, each day that passes by, you are gaining that knowledge that will help you in the long run. Make no mistakes about it. There are people who are crushing it financially online. I'm telling you, but you need to know the various things that are there. For example, on Facebook, there are people who are making a lot of money on Facebook. I'm not talking about illegitimate way. I'm talking about in a legitimate way. But the question is, are you aware of it? Do you know how it goes? There are people who are making money on YouTube here. There are people who are making money on Twitter. There are people who are making money on Pinterest. Most of the social media platforms right now, people are making a lot of money from these platforms. But the question is, are you aware? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to discover? Until and unless your attention is geared towards this direction, nothing is going to happen. So take note of that. The fourth point that I wrote down here is that you must take responsibility for your finances and don't wait for any employer. I already spoke about this a little in the first point. This year, please and please, if you truly want to make money this year, take responsibility for your finances. Don't wait. Don't wait for any employer. I'm telling you, they are only going to make promises to you. Trust me, they are only going to make promises to you. A lot of people have been laid off. They've been laid off all over the world. And it is not the fault of these companies, because they also are facing financial crisis. You get the point now. So nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to see. At this point, every company is trying to cut down costs. Every company is trying to create an atmosphere where they are able to make more profit from whatever little that comes in. So getting more workers is not something that most companies will want to do right now. So on the basis of that, don't depend solely on employers. No, take responsibility for your finances. And even if right now, as you are listening to me, you haven't lost your job, that is a beautiful thing. I congratulate you. But guess what? Don't relax. Don't relax. Take responsibility and start looking for other ways in which you can make things happen for you financially, just in case. Obviously, we don't wish for something bad to take place, but it is better for you to be proactive when it comes to things like this. You get the point now? Now, the next point that I wrote down here is that you must learn to use your time well if you want to make money in 2020. Now, this is very, very important because time and money goes together. They work hand in hand. I'm sure quite a lot of you must have heard this particular statement where they say time is money. But hear me, and this is very important. Most people, they've heard that statement, but they don't know how this thing actually works. I'm going to explain two things to you. The first thing is that people spend time to learn new skills, to acquire new knowledge. This is what most people do. You get the point now? So this season, spend your time to acquire new skills, to acquire knowledge that will help you in the long run. And then the other way in which that time is applicable is that people use time, they spend time to create a product that will change their lives, a product that will meet a need. You see that now? So this season, use your time well. Use your time to acquire new skills. Use your time to create or build new products, because this will go a very long way to help you. And then finally, if you want to make money in 2020, make the right decisions. Because in the long run, your decisions will determine your financial story. Be careful with any form of investment right now. You have to weigh that decision very carefully before you go ahead. If you will do these things that I've shared with you, I'm telling you, it will go a very long way to help you. Hear me, 2020 is still going to be a very wonderful year. But it will be a wonderful year for men and women who have taken it upon themselves to go beyond the limitations that are currently on ground and create opportunities, create their own realities. So these are the things that you must take note of. I believe that you have gotten value from today's video. I want to encourage every one of you to do the needful in this direction. Now, if you have gotten value from this particular video, make a conscious decision to give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and families. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I want to encourage you to do so. Or if you have subscribed, please check again if you are still subscribed, because there's been some issues of late where, people who are already subscribed, they find themselves unsubscribed and all that. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you click on the notification bell so that the next time I post a new video, you'll be the first to receive that particular video. Until then, I would like you to take advantage of my free course, The Power of Financial Education. I'm just going to put a link below the description box. I would like you to enroll for that particular course. It's not going to take time. It's something that you can finish in one day, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. It will equip you on the power of financial education. So until I speak to you again, keep cracking the money code.